Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. No, I'm sorry, Tuesday. I wish it was Wednesday, but it's Tuesday, June 20th. And today's topic I want to talk about is relationships. How do you get through adversity in a relationship? How do you overcome? Oh my gosh. I know I can tell you it took me quite a while to get through one person in my life. She knows who she is, and I'm sure she'll be watching this. But I can tell you one thing is that do not consume alcohol or do drugs to try to cope. My coping skills were terrible. I That's how I got through it. Um, I am First of all, let me try to rewind. Um, when I look at my relationships, this first comes back to my childhood and what I seen my father and my mother go through. And that was a lot of alcohol, a lot of abuse, physical, mental, verbal, you name it. My dad did it. Um, and I thought I suppressed a lot of that. And it took me so long. Um, I don't think you ever get over that, but I think it's something that you don't want to do when you get in relationships. But I can honestly say that I did lay my hands on a couple of different girls, and that is one thing I am ashamed of. There is no excuse for that. I I didn't lead. That's flat out. When you are filled with hate, when you're filled with anger, and it's nothing toward them. It's about you. It's about what your life is about. You know what I mean? As far as you're not angry at them, you're angry at yourself because you're not getting, you're not fulfilling your life. And always, when I think about relationships too, it's like when I hear people say, "Oh, he completes me," or "She makes me happy," or you have to make yourself happy. You have to make anything that you do every day that you live to make yourself happy because that's the only way you're going to overcome adversities because you can get to those things if you have this basically in a state of mind in which you can overcome things. Apparently, I was not ready for a relationship, obviously. Um, Back in my younger days, even through my adult life, that there was nothing. I can't give anything toward anyone if I can't help myself first. That's one thing that I think a lot of people are so superficial and artificial when they look at other women and guys. When they look on the exterior, they don't take time out to find what's in here. You guys need to take time to find out what's in here, because we're so, oh, she's beautiful, or he's, look at that. I mean, seriously, did you take time out to look what's in here? He can give you, and I can tell you what you want to hear. I can. My dad always said, "I'm from Missouri, man. Show me, show me." And it took him a while to finally show my mom how much true love that he had toward her. But when I was growing up, you seen it, but you didn't see it. There was a lot of turmoil, a lot of anger, a lot of violence. So it was tough for me to overcome. But yeah, I was that guy who did the verbal abuse. I was that guy who was drinking and going out on the weekends, and I didn't care. I didn't value I didn't value me. I didn't value that relationship, and it just led on to another relationship. That's why it's important when you're in a relationship to find out what he or she is about. Take time. Do not have, I would not, I'm serious, I would not have intimacy with that person for a while, because it seems like after that is taken, things are, um, so to speak, they are, I don't know, just things that kind of go downhill, kind of. I mean, it takes time to build. It takes time. You have to build a foundation and a friendship, and to make sure that he's the right person or she's the right person. A lot of people are in too much of a hurry to have somebody because they're alone and they don't want to spend holidays by themselves. They don't want to. When you go to a ball game and you see people hug, and it's like, man, I wish that was me. I'm single now. I don't. It's okay. I don't. I'm okay with that, because I'm working on me, and it's a good feeling to be able to. One day, I know that when I do meet that wonderful woman, um, that I can give her my heart, I can give her my soul, because she deserves that. She deserves everything. And the men have to realize that you have to treat them like a queen. That they have to know that they're number one, and that they should be treated like royalty. I didn't know. I didn't learn that for a while, and I'm so sorry though. Like I said, I have made amends to them, and those other things. I'm not too happy about what I did in the past, but that's the past. The past will never define me. It's part of my history. But I learned from it. We all have to learn from it. We all have to grow. You have to remember that you're number one, and it takes time to heal. But remember that there are people out there who can love, who do have. There's chivalry still out there. There's gentlemen. There's beautiful women out there as far as on the inside, because that is so much more to me. It matters so much more to me than anything. It's what's on the inside, because we tried that route and it did not work out. I am very different now. I cannot express that enough, but like I said, I can talk a good game, but I am a doer as well. And I am just very blessed to have God in my life, and I let Him lead the way. And in all my previous relationships, that wasn't the case. I was very dominating, and basically I was a dick. And I'm not that way anymore. That George died 14 months ago. And I am so blessed to turn that chapter, to start a new life, basically, because I'm very fortunate, and I'm looking forward to meeting that girl. And obviously, when it comes to getting over somebody, it did take a while for me. I remember my mom told me this one time. This is a long time ago, and I prayed about this one girl, and my mom, what am I doing wrong? I prayed about it. You know what she said to me? She says, "Mijo, God doesn't answer prayers for a reason, because He knows what's best for you. He does. And sometimes you have to be patient. Sometimes you have to, as much as it hurts, you guys just have to work on yourself. That's very, very important, because it's only going to carry on from one relationship to the next if you do not. Because once you guys get those signals, and as far as if he's ever abusive to you, or if he's verbally abusive, that could be damaging as well. It's time to go. Don't put up with it. When I say relationships, it's really what are you willing to put up with? That's what it comes down to. What are you willing to put up with? And remember, take time. Take time for yourself. Love yourself. We are all beautiful. We all deserve the very best. And this video goes out to a friend of mine who I know is going through some challenging times. But there's one thing I must say that God does answer those silent prayers, and just have faith that someday you can have somebody that's by your side who can um, go along for the ride, because it is fun to experience life with somebody that you have that when it becomes effortlessly and that things are clicking on all cylinders, and be able to communicate and tell people, or tell that person that you're totally in love with, and you want to have that 16-year-old butterfly feeling again, and it can happen again, but learn to be able to trust somebody again, learn to be able to open your heart again, because I know it's hard sometimes that when you've been burned, that it's you put a wall up to all men, and trust me, not all men are like that. But like I said, it's important that you take time out for yourself and to heal your heart, and recognize that you deserve the best, and that there are some men out there who can show you what a relationship's all about. But I am, like I said, I don't know what God has in store for me on a relationship status goes, but I'm okay with that, and it's okay being single. Sometimes we need to be single. So a lot of people rush into one relationship to another, and I do not advise that, because it's, then you hear about these women who like those bad boys and say, yeah, okay, good luck with that. It's not going to work. I mean, why am I attracted? Why are they attracted to me? You let them in. You let them in your life. I don't surround myself with toxic people, toxic women anymore. I don't want it. I don't need it. First of all, she's going to be sober. That's guaranteed. I will not ever be in a relationship with, it's okay to have a few beers or a few, no, I don't want that. I don't need it. Not that, it's going to have me do it, no, but I just want that. That's me personally, number one. So set that bar high. You know what I mean? You deserve the best. So when you go out there and, and meet somebody, and, take a while to get to know them. And as far as trying to get over somebody, it takes time, but time will heal all wounds. My mom always said, and it'll happen. Just remember that open your heart up, because nobody was meant to be alone. But you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.